All right. Good morning, everybody. I apologize already for these chickens. It's going to be loud. Is I have to have the door open to burn the. It's only 19 degrees outside. Is the and without the door, you couldn't stand to be in here. Is what it comes down to. It's burning real well. I mean, it does. Oh, there we go. Got a little bit. It's not that as dark as it was. That's what I was hoping. This is like what it really looks like in here. Is the I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing something wrong. Um, the but it's pretty. I enjoy it. I mean, it's one of my favorite things in the wintertime to do is just sit by the fire. Um, the only thing is you have to have the door pretty much open um, to be able to withstand this, dude. It burns everything. There's nothing left. Um, by the time it comes out and goes through the pipe, uh, it used to be a little bit lower, about 100 degrees lower than it is now, but I took almost 8 foot of that pipe out to make room for where the hot water tank and all that sits over there, them pumps. This is just the backside of what you normally see every day. And here was my wood pile that I had. Is the it's like it was about a third of a rick or something like that. Just not a half, but over a quarter kind of deal. The Yeah, they're loud, dude. But the fire it does really well. And a lot of this streaking is just our hard UV. I can't get rid of that. Oh, I guess that's what it was. I tried to get rid of it before. That's what made it calm it down. Well, y'all know what it really looks like, so at least it won't be so glaring. I hope y'all are having a good day and everything is going good for you and stuff like that. Because it's sure not going good for the rest of the world. And one thing that anybody who watches this just heads up, there's going to be ramifications over this Iran thing. And I don't mean this coy, I don't mean this cheeky, I just mean this fucking straight up and honest. We have a lunatic in charge, and he understands that he has a cult following because he flares them up like he's flexing muscle all the time. It's not he dog whistles these people. So he understands exactly where he's at, but he doesn't understand the person that he just killed, and a lot of the other people that he killed too, that are like second and third and fourth in command to this guy. They have a cult. And not all Muslims are like lunatic level, whatever you want to call it, but the Shia are. I mean, that's the deal. That would be like the Shia and the Christian nationals are the same, about the same. Do you got normal Christians? Yes. Do you got normal Muslims? Yes. Like the Sunni. That's no different than a religion, but than any other religion. Well, I don't care if you're Christian or Catholic or Jewish or Muslim or whatever. They have calm people, and then they have like Mel Gibson level crazy people. And that's what Shia is. This is not going to stop, y'all. Um, and he doesn't even care that it's going to spill the violence into America, because it's going to. That's just something you got to understand. That's going to happen. Whether it's on American soil or to American interest abroad or to whatever, this is not going to just go away. And for anybody that told them that this was going to be a 3-day bombing campaign or a 12-day da-da-da-da-da, they should be fired. Not just fired, but like criminally prosecuted for just negligence and fucking stupidity. You can't get rid of a mentality like that. If somebody took out the orange-faced Antichrist, we would have 30 million people in America that would be losing their fucking mind. Period. Plain up and simple. This is just closer to a quarter of a billion people. That's all, y'all. The numbers are just much larger. This is not going to end well. Period. I'm sorry. If you thought hooray for no, because see, this is multiple level kind. If you think he's playing multi-level chess, no, he's really not. He's too stupid. But is somebody playing multi-level chess? Yeah, they really are. When we took out Venezuela and now Iran, Iran. I was thinking Iraq there for a minute. But this is putting like undue necessary pressure on China. They buy that shit crude from Venezuela, from Russia, from Iran, and run it through. They're called teapot refineries. They're specialized to make bismuth or the bitumen to make asphalt with. That's what their purpose of buying that oil is. They have 1.4 billion people that they have to feed. They need the manufacturing and farming infrastructure to allow that to happen. China is so much bigger than America, it dwarfs the imagination. And please Google any of these kind of tidbits that I'm throwing out there. China has like 40,000 kilometers or something like 20. It used to be 27, and now I think it was 40 the last time I looked at that, of high-speed rail. They can move their freight between their cities at hundreds of miles an hour. Ours are like 55 and 70 miles an hour. Our high speed is 70. Do we have any high-speed rail? A little bit on the East Coast, a couple hundred miles. That's what we have. They have 40,000 kilometers of high-speed rail, and with the ability to make more, is what I'm trying to get at. We produce 5 to 10 blue water craft per year. You know, the big ships out on the ocean. They produce close to 2,000 per year. We can produce 100,000 first-person viewed drones in a year. That's our manufacturing prowess when it comes to making first-person view drones like they're using in modern warfare. And that's what warfare is going to be. You really don't even need ships except, like for commerce, and that's what they build these ships for anyways. But like I said, is China our enemy? Oh, hell no. China dwarfs us. If China wanted to be our enemy, a lot of people would be a lot more rice. They'd be eating a lot more rice all day, every day, if China wanted to be an enemy. China doesn't want to be your enemy. I was mentioning the drones. We make 100,000 of these first-person view drones in a year. Watch the math. They make 500,000 first-person view drones in a fucking month. Do you not understand the scale of this shit, Skippy? We couldn't win that war if we wanted to. That is billionaires, that's chest-pounding lunatics, that's religious lunatics talking silly-ass stupid shit. Do I want anybody's children to go die for these absolute lunatics? No, I don't. No, I don't. Nobody's children, nowhere, should have to serve for this level of stupidity. And that's what it's going to be. We're going to put enough pressure, because did he do this out of the kindness of his heart? No, he's trying to cover up for the Epstein files. That's why he's working with Israel like a lunatic against Iran, in getting us in a position, messing with Iran at this moment in the Straits of Hormuz and cutting off the oil that China needs to do the infrastructure, because otherwise they have to buy from Russia. And they're going to feed those people. But this either benefits Putin, or it benefits Putin, or it benefits Putin. That's what this comes down to. He's still capitulating to his perceived strongman. Yeah, he's being punked every day of his life, of his little orange face life. Um, I don't know where I was going with that, and the chickens kind of get me off kilter too. It doesn't really take me much to get like off my soapbox. I get knocked off my soapbox pretty easy. Um, but I'm just saying this is more than just going after Iran. But I think they wanted Iran to bow down in whatever because he's delusional. He would bow down in one day. That's why he thinks other people would do the same thing. That's what you're dealing with. These people are not going to bow down to this orange faced lunatic. I'm sorry, y'all. It's not going to work that way. And once they ramp it up, then it's just going to be bad for the whole world. We got other stuff to do. We have to get like miles of ice on the polar caps. We have to get. We got to implement a bunch of stuff. The same ideas that I've had about these drives and stuff like that. We could take like smaller ones. Okay, yes, they're going to put a little bit of heat into the ocean, but they're also going to provide. Well, let's not even worry about that, because if we can't get that pond scum off the top of the ocean, and that's going to be like planetary dialysis, is what that's going to have to come down to. Every choke point is put in gigawatts of thorium reactors that just pump the water through to get rid of the slime off the top. And y'all, I get that some of y'all say, oh, it's the CO2, it's the CO2, you're just not seeing it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, stop. Get in the shower, get all nice and wet, walk outside, okay? Do you feel, even if there's air or not air, you would notice a temperature variant difference. Even at 448 parts per million, you would feel that exchange. Now get back into that shower, and this is on a hot, humid day, okay? Hot, think of that, hot, sticky, humid day. Get back in that shower. Get all hot and sticky and all that, and then walk outside with a few layers of the shower curtain wrapped around you and get in the sunlight. Because that's what that first 100 foot of the ocean exactly is. It's shredded plastic, microplastics, petroleum, carbon, heavy metals and stuff suspended in the upper surface of the ocean. It's making a focal lens, just like any other solar collector or whatever. My dad was huge into solar collectors in the 70s. That's why I know what it is. It's I don't know a way to tell you to do it. Yes, I do. Take a greenhouse. Take any little greenhouse. It doesn't have to be big to do this experiment. Take a shade cloth. Put the shade cloth over the top of the little greenhouse. Measure the temperature. Now, take the shade cloth and put it underneath the plastic inside the greenhouse. That plastic is the same exact plastic that's on the ocean, except we made it 100 foot thick. This is a 100 foot thick focal lens that the Earth can't shed the heat. We're exacerbating. It's not the CO2 in the air. That's a problem. I'm not saying it's not a problem. I'm just saying it's not as huge of a problem as the pond scum that we've put over 2/3 or 73% of our planet's surface. That is the fucking problem. The other problem is the ice is melting exponentially quicker because of that hot water being moved around, and that allows the polar ice caps to melt. We should have had another 100 years, 1,000 years before this goes sideways and south. We have maybe 5 years, maximum 15 years, before this goes completely sideways and south. we have other things to be distracted with other than this accused pedophile, convicted, multiple convicted rapist, 34 felony count, liar, and everything else because he just couldn't tell the truth. And now everybody wants to treat him like he's the Cheeto Jesus. Like he's the come again and we're doing this all for whatever. No, we're not. You drug religion through the mud for so long that you made it pointless and stupid. Okay, stop with all the lunatic shit. There ain't nobody giving out 72 human people when you blow yourself up. Okay, ain't nobody going to build you a multi-mansion when you stealing from people on Earth. Your illness is not a virtue. If you had monkeys out there just murdering other monkeys for the love or whatever, that would be a problem. If you had monkeys out there that are hoarding 500 billion bananas while the rest of the tribe goes hungry, that is a fucking problem. This is not a virtue. This is a mental illness. Sorry, y'all. And we got other bigger stuff to worry about. I promise you that. We can't deal with silly anymore. We don't got that time. All right, we're going to cut it off here. Hope you all have a good day. That's my little fire. We got it burning for the first time. It still smells like paint. That's really the reason why I have the door open. Yesterday, it smelled so bad that my chest was heavy with the smell of it, and I even had one of them things on. I ain't got much longer, y'all. It's Oldheimer's getting me. That's it. I'm done. We're tapping out. Okay, we'll talk to you then, and like I said, I hope you all have a really good time in special everything. We're going to call this one a wrap this morning. All right, bye.